Hello friends, I am Dheeraj Kumar from my YouTube channel 9 Exceptions. So in this video we are going to learn about real project. We will develop a real project and we will see the use case of Docker, and we will also see how to configure container port number, and we can also see a very powerful tag that is -t. So before starting this session, let me check what we have done till now. So in session one, what we did what is Docker and why Docker and installation steps. Now in session two, we did the Docker images, Docker container, how to run image file container ID. And in session three, we did Docker commands and Docker custom images. Now it's time for session four. So it's my suggestion, if you are new to Docker, so first you have to go to the previous video so that you can know all the basics and then come to the session 4. I have provided all the links in the description part. You can easily download or you can watch the video. So let me start session 4. So first of all, a very powerful -t tags. So what is -t tag? So let me show you some example here. So currently I am in simple web directory, and how to create the directory and files, I have already provided the information in my previous video. So I have a custom image here and I want to build a custom image. Right, in the previous video we created a custom image and we build and we run the custom images. So what I am going to do, if you see this file, if you see this structure inside simple web, if you see the structure here, so this is my simple web folder here, and inside that I have three files. So I will let you know what is this index and package.json file. First of all, we have here Docker file, right? So if I want to build this Docker file, what command I have to do? I have to provide docker build and dot, right? So this is my image ID, right? So if I want to run this image, so what I have to do? I have to provide docker run and this image ID, right? This image ID I have to provide. But consider a scenario. Let's suppose it's very difficult to remember any random number, right? Let's suppose I forgot what is the image ID here. Let's suppose I have created a Docker file where n number of dependencies are downloaded, right? So currently it's completed, it's downloading with step 4. Let's suppose there are 100 steps. So it's very difficult to go scroll up and go up and find, okay, where is my image ID? This is my image ID and the number is something 586A08F. It's very difficult to remember this random number. So what we have to do, Docker provided a -t tag, so that with the use of -t tag, you can tag this ID to any name, and we are going to tag this ID, and we can see the example how we can tag this ID to any name. Okay, so no need to run here this command. So let me check what all containers we have. Docker ps -all. All this command I have provided in my previous video. So there is no container, right? Now clear the screen. Now again build docker build, and we are going to use the -t tag -t. Now we have to provide the Docker ID here. Remember, in the first session, I told you how to create your ID in the Docker web. So once you are doing a sign up, on that time it will ask three things: Docker ID, username or email, and password. So that Docker ID I am going to provide here. Okay. So my Docker ID is Dheeraj. This is my Docker ID. So that once the image ID will be created, that image ID will be tagged to this Docker ID, and I very well know my Docker ID, so no need to go to scroll up the logs and copy that ID and remember that ID. No need to remember that ID because we are using -t tag. Now the syntax is Docker build -t your Docker ID slash your direct project name or directory name. So currently where I am inside simple web, right? And provide here simple web colon latest. Latest means it's a version like version 1, version 2, version 3. This latest means the version. We are versioning version 0, version 1, version 2. Like that, we have to provide this latest, right? If I will not provide this latest, if I will not provide this latest term, then it will automatically provide latest term through my Docker ID. Docker will automatically provide the latest keyword here. So I am providing here latest because of your knowledge. If I will not provide, then doesn't matter. Docker will automatically provide latest to my Docker ID, right? And don't forget that dot. Dot means current directory. So the command is docker build -t your Docker ID, your directory name, and the latest is optional, right? And hit enter. Yeah. So see here, the image ID is built with this. This is my image ID, right? Now this ID is tagged to which Docker ID. If you see this line, you will get to know successfully tagged to this Docker ID, right? So if let's suppose now I want to run this image ID, right? So what I have to do? Docker run. Previously, what we did, we used this image ID. Now it's tagged to my Docker ID. So I already know my Docker ID, right? So my Docker ID is Dheeraj. This is my Docker ID and directory name. That's it. No need to provide this ID here and hit enter. See, it's running now. Listening on port 8080, right? So like way you can tag your Docker ID or any name to any images. Let's suppose here we build this image, so I have tagged this image to my Docker ID name so that I can remember my Docker ID at any time. No need to come and scroll the logs and copy this ID, right? Okay, so let me come out from this and we can check Docker ps hyphen all. Now you will be able to see that this is my container ID and this is my image ID which is currently running and up, right? Now come to the second way. Now come to the second point, that we are going to create a real project. Okay, so what we will do in this project, I will create a project where we can hit the URL through the browser. We will deploy our application in Docker container, and through web browser we will get the information, right? So let's start the coding. All this command I have completed in my previous video, so you can go and you can watch my previous video so that you can know what this Docker system prune does and all what all Docker command does. Okay, let me clear the screen. Okay, so I am going to work with Node.js. So if you are from Java background, if you are from .NET background, if you are from Python, so you can use your own code based on your language. And in future, going forward, I will provide one more real project with the help of Java. But in this tutorial, I am going to use Node.js. So I know that many of you don't know about the Node.js, but don't take any tension. And just keep in mind that coding is nothing. It's based on your language, and you are writing your own logic, right? So I am going to write my own logic with the help of Node.js. And if you want, you can write your own logic in any language, right? So here, if you see, I have this simple web directory. Inside this I have uh, three files, that is package.json, index.js file, and docker file. So I have opened this file here. First of all, package.json file. What I am doing here I am providing the dependencies, and I am providing the dependencies express, that is asterisk any number of dependencies. And script file I am providing, you can start the script with the help of index.js file. That index.js file I have created here. This is my index.js file. Here I have created a function that is called require express. And what I am doing here, I am sending a message, that is how are you doing. So if our application is deployed in the Docker container, we will hit the URL from the browser and we will get the response, how are you doing. And my container port I have given here, that is 808080 and 80, right? And now come to the Docker file. So this is the most important file. Docker file is the most important file. We can write the logic in any language, but we all have to create this Docker file. So in the previous video, I have told you how to create a Docker file, right? Now here, if you see here, the first line is from node colon alpine. So what is alpine? Alpine is my base image, right? If you see here, you will get to know what all images we have. This is my Docker Hub, and this is the Alpine, and this is the predefined library. We can say predefined library also, predefined image. So I am using my predefined library Alpine, right? And this node, what this node does, if you see here, we have node also here. Just search here, you will get to know node. This is the node. This node means what all image, what all files and configuration this image providers. You can go inside this, you can check. There is node.js is a JavaScript based platform for server side and networking applications. So I am using here index.js file. So I use node colon alpine there, right? The first line is node colon alpine. Now I have to install some dependencies, right? Now just for a time being, comment this line. So first we will do wrong thing that everyone will know about the error, because I am damn sure if you are going to run this file in your system, you will get the same error. I will let you know what this line means once we will get the error then. Now this line, install some dependencies. I want to install npm, so I have provided run npm install. Now this is my default command that I want to start the npm, right? Just hit control, save this file and come to the terminal. Now, the first of all, our Docker file is created. Now I have to build that Docker file. So use Docker build what hyphen T and your Docker ID slash your directory and colon latest. And don't forget to provide dot. Dot means current directory. See here, we got some error, right? What error we got? No such file or directory package.json. What does it mean? It means if you see here I have a simple web folder. Inside this simple web folder, I have Docker file, index.js file, and package.json file, right? But I am getting the error here that our Docker daemon or Docker server is not able to find package.json file. Why we are getting this error? Because Docker works on the Linux environment, and currently it's using some part of the hard disk. But this file is stored in some different part. But remember one thing: once we build a Docker file, it will create a ID, image ID, right? And that ID is the memory location for each and every configuration what we have mentioned in the Docker file. But this my package.json file is not present on that ID, right? This package.json file is not present on that ID. That's why we are getting this error like package.json file is not present in the directory. So for that, what we have to do now, you got right why I copied this line, because I want to show you that error. So just remove this, uncomment this line, and what it does mean it will copy the current directory file to the current Docker image ID. One second. It will copy the current directory files. The current directory file means all this file, package.json index file, and Docker file is already there because we are building a Docker file. So these two files. Now see, once again, we are why I am telling this line again and again, because this is the most important line, and I mean many of the developers will getting the same error at the time of building a Docker file. So for that, I am saying this line means it will copy the each and every file from the current directory to the Docker current ID, or we can say Docker current directory, right? Now save this file and just run again. So clear the screen. So Docker build your Docker ID. First use hyphen T tag. Now Docker ID. Now hit enter. No, we can't hit enter, right? Remember one thing, we have to provide dot. That is the current directory. See, it's successfully built. This is my image ID and it's tagged to my Docker ID, right? Now I have to run this Docker ID, this image ID, so that I will hit the URL in the browser and I will get the response. What response we will get? We will get this one, right? What we have mentioned here. How are you doing? Right? And the port number is 8080. So let's provide. Now let me run. Here you will get one more error. So let me run first and we will get the error, then we will discuss. Docker run, and which one? This ID, right? Just provide this ID here. Yeah, and hit enter. Oh, it got started, right? And we are able to see listening on port 8080. Now hit the browser. We have to get the output. How are you doing? So hit and see. We are seeing this site cannot be reached. So what we have to do here, just press Ctrl C, and we need to provide extra commands here. That means we are going to learn about this one. How to configure container port. We have to provide some port number that so that that port number will run our locally, right? This port number is Docker port number, Docker container port number. This is Docker container port number, but we have to provide our own port number so that we can run that port in our local machine. So come to the terminal, and first of all delete all the containers. So Docker system prune, yes, clear the screen. Now Docker build -t Docker ID slash your directory name colon latest. Oh, we did something wrong. Let's clear the screen. Docker, just check how many containers we are running. Okay, so we have this number of containers. So let me delete this container first. Docker stop Docker stop clean, right? Now build a Docker file. Docker build requires exactly one argument. See Docker build ---- health. What we are doing wrong here? Oh, have you got it? What we are doing wrong here? We haven't provided the current directory. Docker build -t Docker ID and dot. Okay, it got build. Okay, so let me clear the screen. So the command is docker run -p and your whatever port number you want to provide, you can provide. So let I want to provide 8181. Now this is my container port number, right? If you see here in the index.js file, here see the app is listening which port number, that is 8080, right? So that port number I have provided here, this one 8080, and this 8181 is my port number. We can change anything. If you want to provide 8182, you can provide 8282. Any port number if you want, you can given here. now your image id is your Docker ID, because we tagged our image ID to Docker ID. Right? Hit enter. Yeah, it got started and listening on port 8080 8080. Now we will hit it through browser. So come to the browser and provide the port is 8182 8182 and hit enter. See, we got the output right. How are you doing? So in this case, what we did, we have provided our port number is 8182 and the container port number is 8080. So if you want to change this container port number from 8082 8081 or 8283, then you should have to remember one thing. If you want to change here, so that you can you also have to you should also have to change here, right? So these two port number will be same, and here you can this one you can change anything like 8182 83 84 and 7172 as per your convenience, right? So so this is the real time project, and we saw like how we deploy our application with the help of Docker container, and we get the output through the browser. So what we have completed, in session 4 we have completed, we saw -t tag, a real project example, and how to configure container port number. So I will provide all the links in the description. You can get all the links and you can go through the all the videos. And if you have any doubt or any comment, you can please provide your doubts in the comment section. Thank you.